VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial, that is the 11X of Tom Berry out of Des Moines. To his outside, the 7N out of Larned, Kansas. That's William Nusser.
Third row back on the inside from Springfield, Missouri. It'll be the 30T of TP, Terry Phillips. On his outside, multi-time track champion from Nebraska City, Nebraska, the 40. It's the Shark, Sean Harker.
Row number 4 to the inside out of Lincoln, Nebraska, the 1R. That's Cool Cade Richards. On his outside, the 201. That's Jake Neal out of Omaha.
Nick Roberts and Dylan Sherfick will round us out. We go green. No, we will not.
Oh, that is a start called back. I-80 Speedway, those watching on Advantage Racing TV, get them up, get them up, get them up. That's our third drink for the Kaziskis.
It looks like Nick Roberts, again, he was slated to be in this heat, but unfortunately after the stock car wreck did not get the modified out in time, so we'll go with 9 cars. This time, much better start. We're green this time. And Tom Berry Jr. picking up where he left off from the Silver Dollar Nationals, and so I say it, Justin Gregg able to take the lead after he slipped up. Here goes Phillips to the inside. The second Jordan Grabowski Racing entry, car number 30T right to the lead underneath Tom Berry and Justin Gregg. Terry Phillips, your leader after lap 1.
Oddly enough, Tom Berry sliding back to third. Justin Gregg in second. Gregg's going to take a look to the inside from Terry Phillips. Phillips able to get the good run off the corner, and he'll have the lead down the backstretch. Gregg in second, Berry in third. Here comes
that would be Sean Harker. And how about Jake Neal in that 201 machine?
Yeah, sorry, I was totally thrown off. Sean Harker not in an orange car, just has me going for loops right now.
Well, speaking of loops, Justin Gregg turned in circle on Terry Phillips to get the lead that time by. Justin Gregg now to the front.
Trouble for Sean Harker. He's off the pace, and he's going to pull to the infield.
Maybe suspension damage on the rear end. It may have been leaning over a little bit further.
I personally think it was the color of the car, but I'm not an expert.
Hey, well, we'll see it. Normally green's bad luck on a car, but right now Justin Gregg, he's got an early start on the pink out. He's rocking a pink number 7. Meanwhile, Tom Berry Jr. to the inside of Terry Phillips. Phillips washes up the track. TVJ goes to the second spot. Tom Berry Jr., a little bit of a different racing surface than what he saw at the Silver Dollar Nationals. He swept that weekend for the modifieds. Meanwhile, Jake Neal and Terry Phillips going at it. Neal normally been running a late model the last couple of years, back behind the wheel of a modified for this weekend, running Mark Lighting's number 20M, but now it's a 201. Meanwhile, we got a great battle between the Kansas fans. Dylan Sherfick and William Nusser having it out.
Justin Gregg, Tom Berry, big run for Terry Phillips down the backstretch. Battle for the second spot. Tom Berry's had it, but Terry Phillips got a heck of a run. Off turn 2, close the gap. White flags out. Final time for the 7 of Justin Gregg.
Phillips had a good run, but Berry was able to close him off as they go into turn 1. Great race there. Here goes Phillips. Another diamond move. He probably picked that up from Grabo as Phillips noses ahead for the second spot, but it's all behind the driver out of Hastings, Nebraska, Justin Gregg. He'll take heat race number 2.
Terry Phillips brings it home in second after a great battle with Tom Berry Jr., who winds up third. Jake Neal in fourth. Cade Richards, your top 5.
One more time, race fans, give him a round of applause. He's one of our weekend warriors here at the I-80 Speedway, your winner of our first modified heat. Out of Hastings, Nebraska, car number 7, Justin Gregg. Albo, Nebraska, that'll be the 35D. That is Dylan Stillman. And your 10th and final starter from Bar None, Wyoming. That'll be the 7M. That is Daniel Miller.
That's a town that's got to have a good marketing firm.
Oh, definitely.
Bar None. I mean, come on.
No one beats it.
No one beats them.
Daniel Miller in that Harris chassis.
You got to have
Miller
a good marketing
welding on
department.
the side of that 7M at the tail end of the field. But it's going to be the Rage chassis of Tim Ward on the pole in this one. Stacked heat to say the least. Some of the best modifieds, bar none.
There we go.
Here we go. Tim Ward and Travis Hatcher will get this party started off at turn number 4. We are green for our second modified heat.
Fair warning, fans, this could be a very punny night. Oh, down into turn 1, side by side, 3 wide through turns 1. Things got to calm down out of turn number 2 and down the back stretch.
Well, if you can call it that, Garrett Wilson and Dustin Anderson having a great battle there for the 4th spot. Todd Shute not far out of that battle as well. Lap 1 goes to Tim Ward. Meanwhile, Jesse Dennis and Travis Hatcher, two Iowa drivers who know this track very well. Travis Hatcher, a past track champion here at I-80, and meanwhile Todd Zilla able to scoot right by Garrett Wilson. That's for the fourth spot. He'll take Cody Thompson with him.
Jesse Dennis looking underneath Travis Hatcher. Hatcher all over the back bumper of Tim Ward, trying to take over that lead spot. Battle for the top 3 positions as we've got 5 laps to go. Now 4.5 laps to go. Jesse Dennis with a great run down the backstretch.
Trouble for Dustin Anderson. He slowed down the front straightaway as the battle for the lead as Dennis ready to pull the slider off of turn number 4. Here comes JD to life. And it will be Jesse Dennis. The skyrocket slider off of turn number 4 puts the number 70 up front. Tim Ward back to second. Meanwhile, Travis Hatcher. It is Iowa drivers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the speedway.
That's dang right, Iowa drivers. Jesse Dennis out of turn 4. See if he changes up his line any in turns 1 and 2. He has been the master of diamonding off turn number 2. We saw Terry Phillips take advantage of it in the last heat race and get the spot away from Tom Berry, so we know the line is there. Who in this heat race will find it first?
Todd Shute has worked his way to third. Like I mentioned, you got 5 different towns from the state of Iowa in that top 5. You got Dennis from Corning. Then you've got Travis Hatcher from Honey Creek, Todd Shute from Norwalk, Cody Thompson from Sioux City, and Tim Ward from Harcourt. But now Dylan Silman looking to add a Cornhusker name in this melee. Silman has worked his way to 5th as he got around Tim Ward. White flag is out for JD. And Mid-State Machine power plant underneath the frame rails on that Skyrocket chassis.
There is a piece of debris in the corner, turn 1, but it's apparently not a concern for race officials. They've chosen not to wave the yellow flag. So we stay white as Jesse Dennis will come out of turn number 4. He'll pick up the heat race win.
Great job there for JD. Travis Hatcher will follow in second. Third will be Todd Shute. Then it's Cody Thompson coming in 4th. And Dylan Silman. He'll round out the top 5.
So that'll do it for heat race number 2 in your Casey's General Store Modifieds. Every time I say Casey's General Store and take a big deep breath in, I can smell that Casey's pizza.
Oh, you know me. I'm a big fan of the pizza as well as the popcorn chicken. And give it up for him one more time, race fans. Your winner of our second modified heat. He hails from Corning, Iowa. Car number 70, Jesse Dennis.
Row number 3 to the inside, the 1AR. That's going to be Alex Reitz out of Dunlap, Iowa. To his outside, the 72 of Mike Limeberry out of Fremont.
4th row back on the inside, a past track champion here at I-80. Car number 6 from Blair, Nebraska. It's the old 6-shooter. It's RJ Ryan Jenkins. On his outside from Idaho Falls, Idaho. That'll be the 12 of Reed Payne.
Row number 5 is the 3 of Kelly Shryock out of Fertile, Iowa. To his outside, the hitman Shane Hyatt in the 21H.
Here we go. We are all systems go for heat race number 3, and whoa, and we got a spin, and it's Jared Heffelman at the bottom.
Wow.
Heffelman was right against the guardrail, and I think there's just enough grease down there to send him around.
And Anthony mentioned it, the Heffelman family dealing with heartbreak of the passing of their father, Daryl Heffelman, earlier September 19th. Daryl passed away at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. We send our thoughts and prayers out to the Heffelman family.
Then it's Alex Reitz and Mike Limeberry, Ryan Jenkins, Reed Payne in row 4, Kelly Shryock, Shane Hyatt in row 5. That's what you're looking at on the AdvantageRacing.tv screen, and you're seeing them coming to green this time. Much better start from starter Travis Meyer. We are good to go in this one, and Chad Anderson ready to rebound after Dustin had a heartbreak in his heat. Meanwhile, Robbie Silman starting to fade back early. How about
Huge
3
run.
wide? Here comes RJ and Kelly Shryock. Take a drink there as we go into 3. Kelly Shryock and Ryan Jenkins split Robbie Silman. They nearly get it to each other.
Huge run for
Whoa.
Ryan Jenkins down the backstretch, and he was able to pick up several spots. Trouble down the front stretch.
Guys were searching for real estate each and every way, but Chad Anderson, he was your leader after 1. Jared Heffelman ready to bounce back from that first lap spin. And now Kelly Shryock from the tail, from 9th, battling for 3rd. Here comes Jenkins to the inside, trying to force his hand off at turn number 4. Little bit of a hip check there. Jenkins able to scoot by. Shryock will settle back in position number 5. And now Jenkins slips underneath Jeff Jones. Battle for the lead is on. Jared Heffelman's taking the fight to Anderson.
From spin to the lead, Jared Heffelman will slide up in front of Chad Anderson, and he'll take the race lead away from the 8C. Ryan Jenkins holding on to that 3rd spot. He's reeling in this battle for the race lead. Anderson bobbles into turn number 1. Jenkins takes advantage off turn number 2. Anderson still has that second spot, but Jenkins is right there.
Man, how fun has it been, Dan, to watch Ryan Jenkins and his buddy Jacob Hopscheid battle it all out for this track championship this season. Both those gentlemen doing an excellent job in their modifieds. But meanwhile, it's the multi-time champ up front, Jared Heffelman. His family has been a great supporter of modified racing here in Greenwood, Nebraska. Would love to see them score this big win here at the Charlie Clark Memorial. It's one of the biggest modified races we have out here at I-80 Speedway each and every year. I know Heffelman would love to add his name to the list of winners. Meanwhile, Kelly Shryock, he's a past winner of this event. Going to the inside of Chad Anderson, that's for the third spot. The Skyrocket out of Fertile, Iowa, moving his way to position number 3. Good run for Shryock.
White flag is out, final time. Jared Heffelman, Ryan Jenkins, Kelly Shryock, Chad Anderson's fallen back to 4th. Ryan Jenkins came up runner-up in the NASCAR Weekly Track Championship to his good buddy Jacob Hopscheid, who we'll see out here later tonight. Out of turn number 4, picking up the win, the 15H, Jared Heffelman.
Ryan Jenkins will come home second. Then it'll be Kelly Shryock, and then it's Jeff Jones and Chad Anderson. That'll be your top 5. How about it, race fans? Coming off of turn number 4, your heat race winner from first lap spin to heat race win from Columbus, Nebraska, car number 15H, Jared Heffelman.
And that's the way you act like a champion. Congratulations to Jared once again. Still sending our thoughts and prayers out to the Heffelman family of the loss of Daryl Heffelman earlier back in September.
As the field makes its way out onto the track, a lot of them coming from the infield pits.
This is going to be a routine deal. Some cars coming from the infield, some cars coming from the back pits. It's going to be an even bigger issue tomorrow night. We saw a lot of drivers parked in the back pits tonight. Empty spots in the infield. Those are spots that are already reserved by drivers that have not made their way out here tonight. Some of the Bragging Right late models, some of the hobby stock drivers and sport compact drivers that reserve spots in the infield. They paid for those ahead of time, everybody else in the backstretch. So it's going to be a little bit of a juggling match throughout the next couple of days to get everybody on the racetrack.
Well, it looks like everyone is accounted for in this heat, Dan, so we should be treated to a good one. A lot of heavy hitters at the front end. It's like a Dolly Parton heat race, like you said earlier, in terms of the payout. Here we go, race fans. We are all systems go for heat race number 4 for the Casey's General Stores Modifieds for the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial. And already, right to work we go, and a lot of heavy hitters are slugging it out. It's going to be the Jet, Johnny Sadoff with the lead down the back straightaway. Many times a winner in his legendary career. Meanwhile, we got a good triple threat match. Nate Thompson, Chris Abelson, and Jordan Grabowski going at it. Lap 1 will go to Johnny the Jet.
Mike Densberger, the cartwheel king, holding on to that second spot. They're 3 wide. We got to take another drink for that one. That is going to be drink number 5 on the night as they're 3 wide back there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Thompson looking to the inside of Chris Abelson now for the 3rd spot. Abelson, he knows how to get the victory lane here at I-80 Speedway, although it's been a while since the last time that has happened. Could tonight be the night? I believe Chris Abelson is another past winner of this event. Same goes for Johnny Sadoff and Jordan Grabowski. They're all Charlie Clark Memorial winners.
Little surprised to see we've completed lap number 3. Jordan Grabowski still marred back in traffic, holding on to that 3rd spot, or 5th spot, excuse me. But before long, we'll see Grabo making his way up to the front as Johnny Sadoff continues to lead over Mike Densberger, Chris Abelson, Nate Thompson, and Jordan Grabowski. Oh, trouble for Grabowski.
May have caught the wall a little bit off at turn number 2 there. Tough ride there, but his teammate Terry Phillips had a great run in that I believe the first heat or so. Had that great exchange with Tom Berry Jr. for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, we got a bit of battling at the tail end. Jackson Sadoff and Randy Foote. You're watching that battle on advantage right now. Foote able to pull ahead of Sadoff as they come off of turn 2, trying to close that gap on John Hansen. Hansen, he's a past heat race winner in the Cornhusker Classic here, making the trip over from Colorado. White flag next time by.
Final time for Johnny Sadoff. Legendary chassis builder, legendary race car driver throughout the area, all-around great guy, and he's going to pick up heat race number 4 win in your Casey's.
In one lap. In one lap.
My Kreskin was working there. I saw it coming. I saw the future happen. Johnny, don't screw up.
Don't worry, folks. This one's far from over, and for good reason. Chris Abelson and Mike Densberger, they're having a great battle for that second spot. Now you can say it, Dan.
Thank you. Out of turn number 4, picking up the win out of Beatrice, Nebraska. The 96J, Johnny Sadoff, taking home second. Chris Abelson's going to take it away from the Cartwheel King, Mike Densberger, who finishes third. Jordan Grabowski up to 4th, and Nate Thompson with a top 5 finish.
There we go. Had a false start there on the finish there, but race fans finishing up front. Give it up for him, the legendary driver from Beatrice, Nebraska. Car number 96J, your winner, Johnny Sadoff.
I had my James Rowling glasses on there. I could see the future. That's what happened.
Hopefully James is watching on AdvantageRacing.tv. There we go.
I'm getting messages all night long from him.
You probably will. I mean,
it's going to be the 11W with Tim Watts to his outside. Out of Malvern, the 62, Justin Zeitner.
row 2 on the inside, one tough customer from Boone, Iowa. It's the 82 of Jake McBurney on his outside from North Platte, Nebraska. That'll be the 4P. That is Dave Pedersen.
Row number 3 to the inside, your 2022 Advanced Auto Parts NASCAR Weekly Racing Champion, the 01J, the little Hooterville hustler, Jacob Hobscheit. To his outside, the 50C, that's going to be Colton Osborne.
4th row back from David City. That'll be the 2D of Austin Swoboda on his outside. No, you're not seeing things. Normally in a late model, tonight in a modified from La Vista. It's the 24, Billy the Kid, Bill Layton Jr.
This is just weird. I don't know if I like this. Row number 5 to the inside, the 3L, that's going to be Bub Lorette out of Council Bluffs. To his outside, the 55, Tony Schultz.
Here we go.
Love seeing these guys expand out, though, trying different things.
Yeah, I mean, Bill told me he's got nothing better to do tonight. Not until next week when we crown the SLMR champions. Off of 4, we are green. Our final heat race of the night here at the VP Racing Fuels Charlie Clark Memorial.
Bill's just lucky they didn't put him to work tonight.
Oh, nearly 4 wide there. We could have taken a drink there as Justin Zeitner takes the whole shot away from Watts as they go down the backstretch. Jake McBurney settles into position number 3 early on. But how about Dave Pedersen trying to take it to the now 3-time I-80 track champion?
Zeitner's going to lead lap number 1 with Watts, McBride, and Hobscheit, your top 4. 5th is Dave Peterson. Hobscheit off turn number 2, tries to get the run down the backstretch. Slight momentum, he'll pull up to the inside of McBride.
Into turn number 3, Hobscheit trying to throw the slide jump on McBurney. That's for the 3rd spot. He'll have it off at turn number 4, so the little Hooterville hustler now up to 3rd. McBurney back to the inside as they go into turn number 1. Can't get the run. Hobscheit will maintain the 3rd spot. He'll go after Watts for 2nd.
Jacob Hobscheit showing why he is the multi-time and defending I-80 Speedway NASCAR Weekly Racing Track Champion. Out of turn 4, Hobscheit's got the runner-up spot. Hobscheit ran a 19.8 to a 19.792, slightly faster time for the 62 of Zeitner.
And Dave Pedersen got out of shape there. Meanwhile, we got a 3-wide battle into turn number 3 for sure. You can watch it on Advantage. Bub Lorette took a few years off from racing. Good to see him back out. And now taking the fight to Colton Osborne and Bill Layton Jr. Layton putting in a pretty solid run in that 24. Right now currently sits 7th on the track and about to take 6th away from Osborne as they go into turn number 3. Both of them fighting for the bottom lane. 2 laps to go there, and Layton got squeezed out of real estate.
Top 3 a little spread out. Battle is for 4th between Osborne and Lorette.
Lorette able to get by.
And Lorette gets the spot away. Out of turn 4, taking the white flag, the 62 of Justin Zeitner. Jacob Hobscheit running a 19.8. Didn't see what Zeitner's able to run. His scoring and timing not showing up.
But he'll show up in victory lane here after heat race number 5 off at turn number 4. 2nd night on this modified in competition, and he looks solid. Justin Zeitner will win our 5th and final modified heat. Jacob Hobscheit will come home 2nd, then it's Jake McBurney. Bub Lorette, a strong run there, and then Tim Watts will round out the top 5. Great run there. But once again, race fans, give him a round of applause. Picking up the win, coming to us from Malvern, Iowa, car number 62. Let him hear you, I-80, your winner, Justin Zeitner.